It's just the total attribution from call to close. Just being able to know this guy saw you on Bing, he called that number, he saw you on Google PPC, he called that number, and then he eventually became a customer, and now I know the whole way through that that was the source.
I'd like to say anything that drives revenue, but they all do.
I think it depends on what I'm doing on that particular day. If I'm wondering what's happening with call flow, my favorite thing to do is to look at the quick look in the call center report, which is basically a queue status report. So I can see what kind of phone calls have come in, who's logged in, who's maybe unavailable because they're taking notes, and who's available and who's on a call. I like seeing that sort of thing.
I think the texting is probably the best feature of it. The phone calls, they're automated, they're a computer onto it. The emails, we were already kind of sending emails out already to it. This automates it, so I guess the automation of it is great, and the ability to text in a mass quantity very quickly.
The collection module, it drives revenue because it collects revenue before they end up going for auction. We much rather collect it than having it go for auction.
For me, I think it's the performance manager. One thing, sad to say, but I had always abdicated that role to a third-party service just because it's time consuming. Well, when I really got in to listen to all those calls and grade all those calls, it helped me realize what I needed to work on in training.
The reservation follow-up is great. It drives revenue as well because it ensures that customers are promptly followed up on.
The other thing I like to look at is some of the reports that show what call volume looks like over time. That's always interesting to see, to be able to compare back and forth with what's this week look like from last week. And
Unfortunately, I cannot pinpoint one. I love it all.